The Morimoto XB sequential side mirror lights that we have here today will be a small but impactful modification for all 09 to 14 F-150 owners looking to add a little bit more customization to an often forgotten about area. Now the markers themselves will feature a smoke lens loaded with the bright amber LEDs that will sequence whenever your turn signals or hazards have been switched on and will be sold in pairs, of course, for right around $100. All right, so first things first here, guys, these options from Morimoto will only apply to the 7th gen trucks that already have the mirror mounted turn signals, as these are designed to replace those, not basically add that functionality. Now, if you have those already on your rig, well then the XBs will be, again, a small but cool mod. It really isn't terribly expensive, but will increase the impact of those mirror mounted turn signals. Now at first glance, guys, the Morimotos do appear identical to your factory marker lights, save for the dark smoke lenses, of course. But however, once those turn signals or hazards have been fired up, those high powered amber LEDs are gonna sequence, basically giving those lights a little bit more character. Now the housings themselves from the Morimotos do feature an OEM level build here, guys, with very similar materials and have been designed to be a direct swap plug and play option with your factory markers. So again, there's no need for any modification or wiring. Now that amber LED strip has been loaded into that housing first before being sealed up nice and tight to prevent any moisture or condensation from entering that housing over the years. Now finally, guys, everything has been topped off with a super dark smoke lens, which I think will deliver a more aggressive look and should flow nicely with other smoke lighting already on your truck. Now that lens, by the way, has been given a UV coating kind of baked in to prevent any fading, and the entire package is backed by an industry-leading 2-year warranty from Morimoto, just in case you run into any issues. But now we want to show you just what it takes to get the MBs in place on your 09 to 14 F-150 at home. Again, very straightforward plug and play job, guys. So therefore, site's just going to stick with a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. Call it maybe 30 minutes at most to complete from start to finish. Now you guys will notice in the install portion of this video that the American Trucks customer did install both the front and rear mirror mounted turn signals at the same time. I do want to point out that is not required. In fact, Morimoto does include the necessary harness to install these signals by themselves. But now to give you a better idea of just how things will go down, here's an AT customer to walk you through it.
For this install, all you need is a ratchet extension, the adapter to get down to the small bit, a T20 star bit, and then a flathead screwdriver. That's all you need. To get started, the first thing you'll have to do is on the mirrors, since these have the glass that's removable, is you push down on the glass to allow space up here. That's where a lot of people think that you have to put a screwdriver in to release tabs or not, but these are actually made to where you pull down on them. Just a couple times and it removes, and all the tabs are still in place. Be careful here with heated mirrors to make sure not to pull too much on the prongs. For some ease, some let them hang. Other people may want to remove those so it's just not hanging by the wires. But this is the inside of the mirror. It has 4 screw holes on there, and then one in that very bottom corner. That allows this front side to be removed. So let me go get the star bit and then we'll move on to the next step. For this next part, you'll take a T20 star bit. I put it on extension with a 3/8 drive. And just back these out. Have to get all 4. It's hard to do with one hand. Remove all 4 of these, and then I'll show you the next step. Alright, so once you get all 4 of the screws loose, you can come to this side, and this will pry off. You just have to work your fingers around it and pry off this back side, which holds your reflector and gives you access to the back side turn signal. While this back side's exposed, I'll go ahead and unplug the turn signal, which takes a little bit of pressure. And then right here you can see there's a little tab that you have to press in so that the turn signal comes out on the inside. This is a quick comparison of the old original on top there, of the turn signal, and then the new sequential from Morimoto. This is the back side of the mirror. On this side, we need to remove this reflector right here. It's got a tab right there, and then on this end down here, so you can just push the screwdriver in to remove that tab, pry up, and then it's off. So once that's off, we can get ready to install a new one, which will just fit in that same spot. On these stock mirror housings, there's tiny holes where those tabs go. With our new Morimoto kit, you'll have to feed the little plug in through that hole, and then that will allow your new one to line up. You have to go from the bottom side there and grab the wire and just pull it through. Make sure not to leave any kinks in that wire or anything. But you can release the bottom side, push that side in. Once you get it there, you can just press that in and make sure it's good. And that's what it looks like once it's in the front side of the mirror, and then the two wires hanging out. Where the old hole is for the turn signal that's on the back side, the new Morimoto one fits in, but you have to put it in from the outside. You see that clip right there? Once you get the right angle on that, push it in, and it snaps into place. If it sits flush, everything like that. For these, I went with the smoked option. It's a lot cleaner, especially on a black truck. And then you still have access to both the plugs on this side. As you see, the old original turn signal only has one set of prongs for the plug. The new one has two, and that's because it takes power from where the actual mirrors are right here and plugs in, and then gets the wire from the back side of this to plug into the other set of prongs so that they run at the same time. If you look closely, you'll see that one set of prongs there on the right is two straight slots, and then the one on the left is two prongs still, but one's faced the opposite direction. One's horizontal and one's vertical. That plug right there is meant for the original ones, because that's the way they came. If you look on the end there, you can see one's is turned up. So you twist that cord to match accordingly, and then plug them in. Work that plug on there, and then that's it. Once it's right there, that means you have power to that turn signal and everything, and then you just have to work on plugging your existing plug from the housing, the front side housing right here, onto that prong right there. For this next part, I'll be plugging that plug right there into those two prongs. As you see, it's they're both straight up and down. So the prong literally just plugs into the back right there. Slide it up, and it goes onto the prongs. And see, try and make it go all the way up against the back of that, and then everything's plugged in all the way up to the back side of the sequential turn, and then the sequential back-sided turn signal. At this point, you can actually work on hiding that wire in and then working your mirror back on. Once you have your wire tucked in, everything's plugged in, you can take your mirror, try and hand it. Yeah. Once you get that back, make sure all your seams are lined up. There'll be a clip right here you have to press to get it to go back together. That's on top of the mirror there. See right there? Easy clip. Bottom side's got a clip. Right there on the seam line. And then right there along the line, you'll have to make sure it's all back together and then get ready to put the screws back in. Once you have all 4 screws in, you see them in there, you can take your mirror back now. In the same way you tore it off, you just have to apply pressure to it, and it'll click back in, and you are ready to go.
So if you are looking for a high quality way to spice up those mirror mounted turn signals on your 09 to 14 F-150 at home, be sure to check out these smoked options from Morimoto right here at AmericanTrucks.com.